The sum of the lengths of the two shorter sides of a triangle must be greater than the length of the longest side. Alright, so then for this one you have 15 feet, 14 feet, and 29 feet. So our two shorter sides would be 15 and 14. If you add this together, you get 29. 29 is equal to 29, which means it is not greater, so this cannot form a triangle. Alright, for the third one, you have 20 yards, 40 yards, and 30 yards. So 20 and 30 would be our two shorter sides because of the smaller numbers. If you add those together, you get 50. 50 is indeed greater than 40, so this can form a triangle. Alright, so you have 6 feet, 4 feet, and 2 feet. 6 is our greater one, so our longest side, and you have 4 and 2. Add those together, you get 6. That is equal to 6, so this is not a triangle. 5, 6, and 8. 6 and 5 are our shorter sides. If you add those together, you get 11. That is greater than 8, so that can form a triangle. 7, 13, and 19 inches. 7 and 13 are our shorter sides, which would equal to 20, which is greater than 19. It can form a triangle. 8 yards, 16 yards, and 8 yards. 8 and 8 are our shorter sides. If you add this together, that is 16. 16 is equal to 16. That is not a triangle. Alright, a unique triangle is a triangle that can only be drawn in one way. If the triangle is not unique, then more than one triangle can be formed using the same measures. So there are ways that we know if it is unique or not. So if we're given certain measurements, we know that it can only form one. It's pretty much what it's saying. So you should have this foldable, and we're going to go through all of them. So the first one is side, side, side. So this is knowing the length of 3 sides of a triangle. So if you know all 3 sides of the triangle, then it will only form one triangle. You cannot form more than one type of triangle out of it. Alright, the next one is side, angle, side. This is knowing 2 sides and their included angle. And if you look on the photo, the included angle means the angle in between the sides. And that's why it's in that order, side, angle, side. It's a side, and then an angle, and then another side. Alright, the next one is angle, side, angle. So that is knowing 2 angles and their included side, which is the side in between them. This tells you it is unique, so only one triangle can be formed. Alright, the last one is angle, angle, side. It's knowing 2 angles and their non-included side, which means it is not in between them. And if you look at your notes, as long as you are given 2 angles, it doesn't matter which side, whether it's included or not. As long as you're given 2 angles in one side, it will be a unique triangle. Alright, so for example, 2 sides of a triangle have a length of 12 inches and 7 inches, and the included angle measures 58. So we're going to underline the important part. So we have 2 sides, one's 12, one's 7, and then we have an included angle of 58. So we know right here that we have a side and a side. And then we have an angle, and because it's included, we know it's going to go in between the 2 sides. So this would be a unique triangle. Another example is 2 angles of a triangle measure 42 and 79. So we have 2 angles. So already know we have an angle and an angle. And then we have a not included side that is 18 centimeters long. Well, not included means it's not in between. So it would be angle, angle, side. So we know as long as we have 2 angles and one side, it is unique. That makes sense. Alright, we have 2 sides of a triangle that are 7 inches and 9 inches long, and a non-included angle measure of 60 inches. And then we know that we have a side and an angle. That was not on our chart. We cannot, that means we can form more than one triangle if it is a non-included angle measure. So this is more than one or not included.